Hello, welcome to this Mindset Mastery series. So we're going to be looking at the 3 detachments you must make to master your mind. 3 detachments. So a lot of people talk about you got to detach, you got to detach, you got to detach. And it's not about not caring. Actually, that's completely wrong. Detaching is actually removing yourself from the prison of a certain feeling, thought or emotion. So we're going to detach ourselves from 3 elements here. 3. 1, 2, 3. So the first one is security. What do you mean? You give up your house? No, I don't mean that at all. What do you mean? You give up your way of earning a living? No, not at all. It's the security, your security blanket, your how you feel about being secure. Of course, it's important to be diligent. We talked about diligent about looking after your security, but you don't have to hold on to it. Grip it for grim death. Can't lose this, everything's going to go wrong. You need to let it go. So what does that do? Why release your security? Well, your ego loves to keep you in your security zone. It loves it. Doesn't want you to move out. That's why a lot of people won't go or talk about spirituality, because they go, what's woo-woo? And they grab themselves back into their security zone. It's their comfort blanket. It says, oh, all of that is rubbish. Very, very tight security blanket and not flowing with life, with all the other things that are going on with life. It's incredible what they're missing out on, but they're holding on to that security. The same with people who do not want to spend money on improving themselves. So they go, no, I can't spend that amount of money on me. How many people say that? How many people have you come across that won't spend money on themselves but will spend money on other people? I know loads. They're usually empaths. They're just giving and never actually doing anything for themselves. So that's another way of feeling secure, because you're giving too much. You can give too much away to other people. So that's another way of inverting that security feeling, by giving away too much. So you need a balance there. So security, you detach from that feeling of, oh, my house is if your house is being, if you're losing your house, I should say, then yeah, that's important to really diligently look at why that's going, and then try to find a way to fix it. I'm not talking about let go of that. That would be stupidity. But the feeling of like not moving into the unknown because you feel insecure or vulnerable about being in that position. That's important to let that go. Because it's good to be vulnerable, because vulnerable means that you're moving into the unknown, therefore you're learning and you're growing. So that's why you feel a little bit vulnerable. Oh, you know, this is a bit awkward, this is a bit nasty, not sure about this. A lot of people just snap back into their security blanket, their ego, their comfort zone. Other people who are more intrepid, entrepreneurs and all these other types of people, would just let it go and ride the wave. That's what you want to do. So let go of security. Recognition is the second word. The second word is recognition. How many of us do things to be recognized, especially the ones of us who have had childhood traumas or childhood problems, where you have been ignored, or you felt unloved or not valued at all as a human being. So how many of us have actually felt like we've had to do something to be recognized? Scream or something like that. How many of us have done that? Or you're doing something now to be recognized. Let go of that. You do something because it's necessary for you to do it. It could be setting up a business, or becoming a singer, or setting up a family, or anything that you're doing. Don't do it to be recognized because you want to be recognized. Do it because you want to do it. Then the recognition will come. If you're doing something outstanding and you're really helping people, or you're really got a wonderful family, or you've got a wonderful partner that you've helped both grow together, or you've got a wonderful blossoming friendships, people will recognize that. People will recognize your heart as you start to grow, and you let go of the recognition that you've been chasing, and you just do it because of the love of doing it. Believe me, the recognition comes in tenfold. I remember when I was a professional musician, and I did one of my first live performances on television, on This Morning's show, actually the Richard and Judy show. And I was recognised in the supermarket, and I thought, I don't want this kind of recognition. Oh, I saw you on the television last night, you were brilliant. Or yesterday morning, you were brilliant. It was amazing performance. And I'm thinking, I don't know this person. This is making me really uncomfortable because I don't know what to say. They're just flattering me for how brilliant I am. And people seem to chase that. And then when they chase that and they get it, it's hollow. And it is hollow. That's the kind of recognition you let go of. And then you will get the recognition and then accept that with dignity and grace and humility when it does come, because you're doing things that you really want to do rather than doing it because you want to be recognized. Really important distinction there. And the third one, control. This was really bad for me. Well, especially as a musician, I wanted to control everything. I wanted to be the bass player in the band, but also I wanted to be the songwriter, I wanted to be the manager, I wanted to be the producer, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to control everything because it's all me. Then it exploded because I just felt like I needed to control, because I thought, because of my ego, big ego, that I was the only one who knew what I was doing. And that was so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. So letting go of that control and then trusting in the process. Of course, if someone is making a complete hash or a complete mess up of something, then you change that and you move that and get it out of your jurisdiction. But if that's not happening, let the process go. Take a light touch on it if you need a touch at all. Do not try to control it, and allow others to breathe in their space. So you're taking back your grace and your humility. You're not having to grab hold of things and tightly force things into little holes. You're letting it go, trusting the process, trusting the universe, trusting the causal reactions we have, the cause and effect that we have in this universe that we live in. So letting go of control, it's a big burden off your shoulders, believe me, because I know. And that's really important for your mindset, to let go of that. So it's the three things: security, recognition, and control. Three things to detach from. I'm not saying let them go completely, but detach from. Let it go. Detach. But it doesn't mean you don't care or you're not diligently watching it. That's not the case. It's really difficult to explain it in English language because it's so limited. If you look at the Eastern languages, they've got so many different words for these things. We haven't. So I'm trying to do it the best I can with the English language. So we detach from it. Kind of let it go is the word, but not carelessly. You're still observing it, but letting it go. And then if you have to respond to anything that's going wrong, you can. So that makes sense? You let go of these three things: security, recognition, and control. And then your mindset will start to hone in on what you want. And you'll be able to do it, what you want. So you'll be able to create the life you want. You'll be able to create the family that you want. You'll be able to create the work that you want. Imagine that, creating your own work. Wouldn't that be fantastic? If you want to go deeper with any of these subjects, you can click on the link below, take you to the webinar I've got on the Dream Method, which is the online course that I run. Click on that, watch the webinar, see if it's a fit for you. If it is, you can go even further and then have a discussion with me about where you want to go with your mindset. Till then, or if you don't do that, you can wait for the next video that'll be coming out soon, because this is a series. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, be well, keep shining.